Hey Aries, welcome to your new moon reading for November. These are just going to be sort of some quick little new moon readings. It's coming up on November 23rd. Also, Jupiter is going direct. So this is by no means an astrology channel, but all to say it's going to be a really potent new moon and potentially bring in a lot of new opportunities, new growth, big energy. So Aries, let's see what messages might be helpful for you for the new moon coming up. What might Spirit want you to know? How you might best be guided through this time. This is a super fun tattoo tarot deck that I just wanted to have some fun with today. So I'll list it below in case you're interested. And the Kim Kranz archetype deck here as well. We'll just kind of get you like a last message here at the end with this guy. Okay, Aries, so where are you currently coming up to the new moon? Seven of Cups. This could be a really confusing time for you, Aries. You might feel like you are emotionally feeling confused, or like you have a lot of options. If you're dating at this time, this is an indication that you might have a lot of different options on the table. If you're dreaming up your next big move in life, or your next move options, decision about who you want to be, where you want to be, this could be you thinking through a lot of things that all kind of feel good to you. You could have a lot of options on the table. All seven cups are full in the Seven of Cups. And look at that moon right in the middle. The moon in tarot really talks about a time when things are kind of dark and unknown. And traditionally the moon can bring up fear. But that's just typically what we think of when we think of like being in the dark, right? It's just unknown, but the unknown doesn't have to be fearful. And I think that that's kind of the message of the Seven of Cups right now is if you are in a place where things feel confusing or you just don't know which direction to choose, the advice with the Seven of Cups can sometimes be choose a direction, choose a person, help yourself commit to something, and that might take away a lot of the indecision. I mean, that sounds obvious, but sometimes the Seven of Cups says that you're indecisive in a way that isn't feeling very productive. So that is an indication of where you are now coming up to the new moon. What have you really accomplished or released as we're coming up to the new moon? The new moon can be a time of planting seeds and of being ready to like till the soil for the next full moon. So what have you really let go of here? The Empress in reverse. So the Empress is an incredibly powerful card. You could have really been releasing any need to control. You could have been releasing any old dreams that have come to fruition. This is actually a really beautiful energy. So on one hand, this can say you have really accomplished a lot of goals that have been coming to you for a long time, Aries. This is you really saying, I'm ready to move on from a place of getting what I want, having gotten what I want. This is you having accomplished a lot and really ready to release whatever you've accomplished in order to bring in what's next, what's coming next for you. And what are you ready for as we come up to the new moon? What are you excited to bring in? The Fool. So perfect message on point here for the Empress. You are ready for new journeys. It's like you've really come through a full cycle here, and then the Seven of Cups makes a lot more sense because when your slate's clean, when you're ready for a whole new chapter in life, there can be so many different directions available to you. There can be so many new steps that you're ready to take or options that are open to you. The Fool is such a beautiful card because he doesn't have any experience yet. It's literally the zero, number zero in the tarot. So there's no experience here yet to be afraid of or to be hesitant about. It's all about just feeling that new moon energy of being a total blank slate, ready for what's to come. So this is really beautiful. You are ready for a new adventure, Aries. What would be the perfect next step for you? What's kind of the how of how you guys should move forward? What's like a next action step you could take? Oh my gosh, the moon in reverse. So we're just talking about how the moon in tarot can really speak to feeling fearful, being in the dark, not knowing what's true, right? Are those shadows? Not knowing like what's reality. Are those shadows? Is it something I should be afraid of? Is it a helper, right? And how you react to it. Usually there's like a domestic dog and a wolf here, right? It's like, Are you going to let your fears, are you going to channel those in a way that's like fierce and maybe too much so, or are you going to be calm, cool, collected, but almost maybe too docile? It's really about how you choose to move forward in fear. So when we see the moon in reverse here as the first step in how to help you move forward, it's asking you to release your fears and to step into this next chapter of your life without any hesitation, without any fear, just knowing that you are exactly where you need to be right now, and knowing that the confusion and the doubts and the darkness will alleviate, right? What comes after night? The dawn, and then day. So it's like the night is ending here, your confusion is ending here, the time of not knowing is ending here, and to trust that that's the case here is the best step for how you guys should move forward. Aries, how can you help, like who's around you to help out for this new moon? What would be like really helpful for you at this point? Okay, spirit is so present for you here, but through your intuition. The high priestess says, you are going to be helped so much by nudges that you get, or dreams that feel really real to you, or ways that your intuition is speaking to you. This can also be through people that come into your life, right? Like today I had this nudge to go to a place that I went to yesterday. I visited this really beautiful like butterfly sanctuary, and I'd already been. And this morning I was like, gosh, I really want to go back again. I don't know why, but I followed it. And so I went there and like took some beautiful photos I didn't get yesterday. And then as I was leaving, I saw the most magical thing that literally made me cry. It was this person blowing bubbles on a cliff, like huge bubbles. And it was making the most beautiful scene. I just stood there and watched this man blow massive bubbles across the landscape for like 10 minutes. It was so incredible. And I was like, oh my gosh, like spirit really nudged me to come here to just take in this incredible art show. It was like one-man art show. And that was such a gift for me. And so that's really the help that you're receiving this new moon. It's really encouraging you, especially if you're in a place of confusion or not understanding like very clearly what to do next. The source is really telling you to listen deeply to your intuition, listen to those nudges, even if it's not logical. The high priestess knows very clearly to follow that inner drive, that inner desire, that inner pull, even if logic is like, why would you go to the same place that you just went to yesterday, right? That kind of a thing. And then what's the highest outcome here for the new moon energy for you guys? The 5 of Cups. Okay, fascinating. So the 5 of Cups says, even though you might be experiencing disappointment, and you know what, Aries, this is like totally on brand. If you are moving into a next chapter, there can be grief in letting go of the old one, right? So the highest outcome here might be you really accepting and grieving and really feeling into any of the loss of the chapter that you're leaving behind. And that can be really beautiful. It doesn't have to necessarily be so sad or something that like, you wish that you had back. But in any new beginning, there's always an ending. And to really step fully into a total new beginning with a new slate, it's necessary to honor the old. And so if this is the highest outcome for you, Aries, this is really a time of the new moon to continue allowing your feelings to flow and of letting anything and everything from the past chapter go. And that doesn't mean like finalize everything. That doesn't mean like, whatever that means to you, so that as you step into this next chapter, you are really coming from as clean and clear of a slate as you possibly can. So this is really about a lot of emotional clearing for you. Aries, as I see it. Let's go ahead, and I've already shuffled these, so I'm just going to cut this here and see what your sort of overall last message here is. The Mirror. So Aries, this is a really beautiful time to be incredibly reflective, and the moon is even present here. It's really looking at your deepest desires. It's like what's behind the veil, right? The moon, like what are we looking at when we really look inside in the dark, in our quietest moments? What are we seeing? What are we seeing reflected back to us in life through our relationships, through our actions, through our physical reality? If you love it, keep it. If it's not something that's working for you, shift it, right? So Aries, happy new moon to you. I hope it goes so well, and thank you for watching.